Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you streaming fatigue and the benefits of physical media. So I came across this article from The Verge, talking about how this person has streaming fatigue and has gone back to DVDs. And to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of these articles lately. I've actually covered it here on my channel about some people canceling their subscription, going back to DVDs, and the rising tide of physical media. And I think this is something I've been hearing a lot with this article. So I'll pop up the article here real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. From The Verge, it says, my streaming fatigue got so bad, I started collecting DVDs again. It says, after spending too much time and money on streaming services, DVDs have officially re-entered my life. And this article is by Emma Roth. Now, I'm going to scroll past some of this because this is her talking about how she's been buying DVDs from the Walmart bin and everything, and how she's been missed out on a few movies like The Ring and Crank Collection, older movies. So it clearly means this woman is a younger woman. But this is where I want to get to right here, where she really makes a lot of points that I've been saying and that I've been making. It says, after spending years reassuring myself that I don't need physical copies of movies because of streaming, DVDs have officially re-entered my life. Because yes, a lot of these younger people and stuff out there have, they've grew up on streaming. Streaming is what they know. DVDs are old. DVDs and Blu-rays and all that are old hat. Who even buys that anymore, right? That's how they feel anymore. But they've got to the point with what streaming is today, and I think a lot of people have these complaints that we're going to get into here. It says, there's just something far simpler about sifting through a mountain of DVDs that I can pick up and hold in my hands, as opposed to flipping through thousands of movies across the several different streaming services I've subscribed to. Plus, unlike streaming, the cost of DVDs is only going down. Very true. I also don't have to worry about triggering auto-playing trailers when I just want to read the synopsis on the back of the case, and I'm certainly not stuck staring at a screen for hours as I exhaust myself with too many choices. The pile of movies at Walmart is another form of chaos, but it's one I'd rather deal with. Now, this is all very, very true, because like I said, I've heard a lot of people saying this. Streaming services, like we just learned, Netflix is raising their price again. They're going to be raising it even more. There's so many streaming services that it is essentially cable 2.0 with extra steps. And I know some people don't like DVDs. Look, I want to get this across here real quick, because I am a physical media collector. I love Blu-ray. I love 4K, but I also love DVDs. I love VHS. We as the collectors are the ones that are loving the boutique Blu-rays and 4Ks and everything. We're keeping that alive, and we're buying those. But like the people like this, like the main people out there in the world that are starting to get fed up with I guess you could say the mainstream, that are starting to get fed up with streaming and stuff, DVDs are still it for them. That's like DVDs are for them. And I don't condemn people for them wanting to get DVDs or go into DVDs, or because I know some people don't like DVDs because Blu-ray and 4K is definitely better quality, and we need to support those formats, so we keep getting Blu-ray and 4K. But I think people getting back into DVDs and buying DVDs from the Walmart bin is a great way to start, and thrift stores as well, because it starts the love back of physical media. You can buy some DVDs, some of your favorites, and you get really into it. And then eventually maybe they can start upgrading to Blu-rays or 4K, or they'll find a channel like mine, and I can help people say, that is awesome that you're getting these DVDs, and I'm glad you're going back to DVDs and stuff like that. Have you ever thought about Blu-ray? Let me explain to you how Blu-ray is. Have you ever thought about going to 4K? Let me go to 4K. But also at the same time, DVDs are cheaper and cost-effective in the long run than streaming. Because yes, you can get like a $2 DVD, a $5 DVD, and if it works for you and you watch it and enjoy it that way, that's all you need. Us collectors are going to keep those boutique labels and those 4Ks and Blu-rays alive, but I'm so very happy for these people, these younger people out there who are going back to DVDs and buying physical media. So I have no complaints about that. And sifting through a bin at Walmart or the thrift store for DVDs is way, way better than going through streaming. Look, sometimes there's just too much on streaming. There's too much. It can be sensory overload for people out there trying to find something, and then you settle on something you probably don't want to watch to begin with. With a collection of physical media, it's cultivated to the point where it's stuff you like, and that you will want to rewatch. That's why it's so much easier and simpler to go to your collection. Yeah, maybe sometimes you'll stare at yourselves for a little while and go, But the thing is, I guarantee you will probably find something from your collection or your DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, whatever, quicker than you will find something on streaming. All right. So let's continue on with the article here. Where she continues. It says it makes sense to subscribe to all these services if you're into exclusive content on each one and have the patience to sift through their massive libraries. There you go. Like I just said, me personally, once you don't care what's on streaming anymore, it doesn't affect you. I've got to the point where I just don't care what's on streaming anymore. So, there you go. And it says, however, all I've been watching lately is the junk on Discovery Plus, simply because I'm too tired to find anything else, especially when extremely specific shows and movies I want to watch keep switching services or just aren't available. Exactly. As we've learned with streaming services and license issues, one show can be on one streaming service the next week and you could be getting into it, and then boom, it's taken off, and then months later it's on another streaming service, or it could be pulled down indefinitely and you'll never see it on the streaming services for years and years to come. She continues with, one of the most devastating examples of this is when both The Office and Parks and Recreations moved from Netflix to Peacock, disrupting the casual binge watching settings that I would default to when I was done with work. That's how I also know this woman is a younger woman, because The Office and Parks and Recreation. Nothing gets that. I just love hearing what I'm getting is that I love hearing that the younger generation, the millennials and all that, are starting to see the importance of DVDs. That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't matter if what you like, you like what you like. We all like what we like. No judgment here. Says the overwhelming amount of content isn't the only thing that's given me streaming fatigue. The cost of having a digital library exactly available also has become a factor. Within the past year, we just talked about this, nearly every streaming service has raised its prices, including Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Discovery Plus, Apple TV Plus, and all the plus streaming services. Not to mention that Netflix is cracking down on password sharing, which means I can't lease off my parents' subscription anymore. Yes, we got password sharing has been cracked down. All the price hikes going up. Streaming is just, especially the big, like, I know people love Tubi and all that, and that's cool, and that's fine. Those are actually the better streaming services. But like like Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount, all these, Discovery, Apple, these are the ones that are causing the most problems because they're run by Silicon Valley corporations who do not care about entertainment. All they care about is pumping out content and making money. And in the process, they're not making money. They're losing money. And Paramount Plus is probably going to merge with Peacock because it's failing. So, and then Disney has to merge with Hulu to make it look like Disney Plus, was a success, and it's not. And then Netflix and all them and Amazon have to keep raising their prices because they keep buying things like WWE Raw, Rings of Prime, to make money. So there you have that. And it says, and if you want to get an endless supply of shows and movies on the cheap, you're stuck with the service's ad-supported plans. Exactly. Now you got to pay for ads. And this was streaming promised that no ads, everything you want, whenever you want it. And that was a lie. So, which is arguably worse than having a subscription at all, simply because of the sheer amount of ads you have to sit through. Yes, the ads are starting to get worse. I think that some of them were supposed to be like ads at the beginning, ads at the end, but now it's gotten to like, it's much like YouTube and stuff as well, is like where something is more popular, the more ads they will show during it because they can make more money that way. With DVDs, I don't have to worry about commercials interrupting my movie. No, you just get to, like I've mentioned before, you just commercials in the beginning of a movie. And it says I can bask in the nostalgia while watching all the front-running promotions for the new releases that came out 15 years ago. Yeah, all those little trailers. I love those. It says, it's not just the cost of streaming that I have to worry about. Either last year, I nearly exceeded my ISP's data cap, and after I downloaded Baldur's Gate 3 and kept up my heavy streaming habits, that was all the more reason for me to invest in DVDs. I'm not saying DVDs are flawless. There's a reason no one wants them anymore. That's not true. That I have to argue with because people do still want DVDs and physical media. Yes, us collectors who've moved on to Blu-ray and 4K maybe have a little aversion. Well, I don't. I like DVDs. But some of the more hardcore collectors have aversions to DVDs. People still want DVDs. If they didn't still want them, yes, I know the sales are down. I get it. I know the sales are down, but it's still a billion-dollar industry, and they're still selling them. There's bins at Walmart. There's still DVDs everywhere. People still want DVDs. I don't agree with that. And she continues with, after all, it doesn't always make sense to buy a single film as opposed to paying the same or low monthly subscription for an all-you-can-watch streaming service. They're also not that practical to store either, unless you want to backlog of movies filling up your bookshelf, sitting in storage bins in your house somewhere, or binders. And they aren't binders. Who puts them into binders anymore? And they aren't even as convenient as a movie you can queue up in a matter. I disagree with a lot of this. Yes, I know one of the biggest complaints about physical media collecting is shelf space and everything. People like the ease of getting online. Yes, I agree. That is a problem. But I believe a DVD is so much easier. A Blu-ray DVD, all that is so much easier than queuing up on a streaming service, because you don't have to worry about whether your internet's working. You don't have to worry about whether the title is going to be gone or not gone. All you really got to do is, hey, look, you got to stand up, pick out a movie, put it in your player, and sit back down. That's easy. That is super easy. And the fact that we've complained like, oh, it's so hard to stand up and put a DVD in. Oh, it's so hard to go to a store and pick out a movie. I just want to sit here. That's some like next level laziness, in my opinion. And I just, that's how I feel. And so it continues with, despite this, it's still nice to have something that you can physically own and don't even need an internet connection to use. Exactly. So when Best Buy confirmed it would stop selling DVDs this year, and rumors emerged that Walmart would do the same, look, Walmart is not getting rid of DVDs. I don't know how that started. What that is all about is like Walmart may be getting rid of Microsoft Xbox games and stuff like that, because games are in a worse spot than movies and DVDs and Blu-rays, because they've basically made all games digital downloads and stuff like that. So that's what is probably going to start disappearing from Walmart, and that sucks for gamers. But DVDs and Blu-rays are not leaving Walmart. If anything, Walmart has picked up the slack where Best Buy left behind, and Best Buy was not the be-all, end-all. There are Orbit DVD, there's Diabolic DVD, there's other stores, there's thrift stores, there's Walmart, which, like I said, is still selling DVDs, and they want to enter into a deal, which we haven't heard much, with SDS, Studio Distribution Services, to help, spread more Blu-rays and DVDs out. Plus, Walmart has been getting some really great steelbooks lately. So they're not getting, people get that out of your head. They are not getting rid of physical media at Walmart, except maybe video games, sadly. And it says, I was pretty disappointed. I can't imagine Walmart without its bin of DVDs, nor can I even see Best Buy without its already shrunken section of movies. Look, Walmart's not getting rid of their DVDs, like I said. Best Buy, I have a feeling, is probably going to close up within the next 5 years. Yes, I know I got a lot of comments in my videos that I made about Best Buy and everything, about people, oh, Best Buy is going to stay open. Oh, you guys are stupid crybaby whiners, hipsters. You only care about physical. No, I've cared about physical media my whole life since I was a kid. And one of the only reasons that most people went to Best Buy was physical media, even if it didn't have the most sales, the biggest sales there. But I guarantee you, now that Best Buy has gotten rid of this and what it's done to people, Best Buy is going to close up in 5 years. They also already closed a bunch of stores beforehand. So I don't think it's long for this world. I'm sorry, I just don't. But don't worry, physical media is still here and will always be here. And she finishes off with, it's 2024 and I'm not ready to say goodbye to DVDs. In fact, I'm just getting started. And I have to agree with that. I'm never going to say goodbye to VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, hardback books, vinyl, CDs, all that stuff. I'm never going to say goodbye to that, because I know it's still there. I know it's still out there. I have a feeling, I know so many people keep saying that, within a decade, physical media may be near non-existent. Me personally, I don't believe that. I believe there's so many people out there like her, like Emma here, and younger kids that I keep hearing from, even on my channel. Even though I do skew a little older in my channel, I keep hearing from younger people how they're going back to physical media and how streaming is, they're getting turned off from streaming. So I think physical media will sort of make a vinyl comeback. And who knows, maybe in a few years, once people start going back into physical media, those aisles that have been replaced with vinyl records will also start coming back with physical medias in stores. Who knows? Who knows at this point? You can't really predict the future. But I want to ask you guys, do you guys have streaming fatigue? Anybody watching? I know a lot of people that watch and sub already are physical media collectors, but to people finding this video or people out there, any of you guys, do you have streaming fatigue? Like I've said, it's okay if you have streaming. I'm not much of a fan of streaming. I have Full Moon and Shutter. But do you have streaming fatigue? Have you decided to start going back to DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks, building up your collection again? I really want to know that. This really interests me, because I could do these videos all day about talking physical media, why I like it, what's important. My goal here is to inspire people to see the importance of physical media and owning something physically, and the love of the video store, the love of horror, the love of sci-fi, the love of the classics, to talk about independent film. That's what I'd like to do here. And if I can help gear people towards those and find something good, find something new, and find a movie or a DVD or something like with one of my reviews and convince them to see the importance of all these things, I've succeeded in what I want to do with my channel. And I want to know if I myself have inspired any of you guys to do all this with all these, like I just listened, with DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, horror movies, sci-fi classics, independent films. And do you have streaming fatigue? And what has streaming done to you? Seriously, what has streaming done to you? I know there's people that love it and there's people that hate it. Let me know all that in the comment section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. That would be awesome if I earned your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all your support being channel members here. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media. It truly is the superior format. Godspeed.